Hello, my name's Gary. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Now today I'm looking inside the box of this week's kit of the week, which is, as you may know, the Hawker Sea Fury FB.11 from Airfix in 1/48 scale. I'll have a look at what the competition has to offer for this aircraft in this scale, and also have a look inside the box to see what you get for your money. If you enjoyed the video, and I hope you do, then please do remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. The link to do that is the small logo down there in the bottom right corner. If you'd like to support future productions, you can do this through Patreon and through Buy Me a Coffee. Links to both of those are in the information box below, as is a link to the Airfix online store. If you follow that and buy anything at all, then at no extra cost to you, a small proportion of the purchase price comes back to me from Airfix. So let's have a look then at what we get with the Airfix Sea Fury. The kit I'm making today is the 2019 release of the Hawker Sea Fury in 1/48 from Airfix. It's based on a new tooling from 2018, but with new decals to reflect the export market. There is little competition from other manufacturers at this scale. You can still get the trumpeter kit from their 2008 tooling, which is still pretty good. And there's the limited run of kits from AMG, 16 of them altogether, including 2-seat trainers. These are tricky to build and very difficult to find. Finally, there is the Hobbycraft kit that was made from 1989 to 2002, but this is very basic for 1/48 scale. This Airfix kit comes with a box art depicting an Australian Navy Sea Fury shooting down an unmanned civilian aircraft that had taken off all by itself. The kit is rated at level 2, so this is achievable by pretty much anyone who's successfully made kits before. It also comes with a token for 2 flying hours. You can collect these as a member of the Airfix Club towards a free kit in the future, or you can donate them to Models for Heroes. A link to this excellent charity is in the information box below. The box lid comes off at the top, and we find the usual suspects inside. First is a big plastic bag containing all the parts. Then there's a sheet of decals, a layout of the stencils that are common to all schemes, and finally the instruction leaflet. The bag contains 5 sprues of grey plastic plus 1 of transparencies. This first sprue contains all the wing sections. Remember, this kit has the option of having folded wings. Then there is the fuselage with some flying surfaces and some of the internal structure. On this sprue are the cockpit floor and instrument panel and parts of the undercarriage bays, along with many drop tanks. The fourth sprue has the huge propeller and the spinner, plus parts for the wing fold. And finally there's a sprue with the cockpit internals and some 60-pound rockets. The transparency sprue has the windshield, canopy and wingtip lights, and also a piece of glass that's not used in this version of the kit. All of the parts seem pretty well moulded. The panel lines seem quite deep and wide for this scale, but I guess that will suit the less experienced modeller, people who are trying to do panel lines for the first time, and help them make something really special. The engine is sparsely modelled, but then you can't really see very much between the huge propeller boss and the tight cowling. The plastic has a good crisp feel to it, and it takes precise mouldings such as these exhausts that you don't need to drill out. The wing fold mechanism looks pretty straightforward and reasonably realistic. One issue for me is that the underwing lights seem to be just depressions in the skin that get decals added. I mean, even the 1/72 Tempest has got a proper glass cover. The instrument panel will take dry brushing if you don't fancy the decals that are supplied, and of course aftermarket instrument panels are available. There are some encouraging bits of cockpit piping too, so it looks like the walls of the cockpit will be reasonably well modelled. There are occasional bits of flash, but really very, very little, and nothing that can't be dealt with, nothing that's going to cause a problem. The undercarriage bay itself is very well detailed, and the tyres have this pleasing tread moulded in. The instructions are very much of the kind these days, although unusually there's more than 2 colours in the middle. They're clear, they're well drawn, well thought out, and the shading helps enormously. And at the back of the instruction sheets are the 3 scheme options for this kit. First is an aircraft of 805 Squadron Royal Australian Navy, the one that shot down the unmanned light aircraft in 1955. Apparently the jets around at the time were just too fast to get a good shot off. Scheme B is an aircraft of 803 Squadron Royal Canadian Navy, flying from HMCS Warrior in 1948. And finally, as an aircraft of the Royal Netherlands Naval Air Service, flown as a display aircraft. This is the one I'll build, as I can't resist this big orange nose. There is also this sheet depicting the placement of all the stencils for the aircraft. Fortunately, there aren't too many of these. Onto the decal sheets then, and this is printed by Cartograph. The colours are very good and in perfect register. The sharpness is very fine. This image shows how one may read text that's less than 1 millimetre high. As is usual for Airfix, the sheet is split into common decals and the optional schemes. Here the common decals are at the top. This includes the instrument decals, walkways, something representing the underwing lights, and the various common stencils. Next to the markings for Victor Whiskey 645, that's the Royal Australian Navy aircraft. In the lower half of the sheet are the markings for the Royal Canadian Navy aircraft Tango Golf 113, also the markings for the Dutch display aircraft. Note this also has a grey walkway stripe either side on the wing roots. So that's the bones of the kit, what we get in the box. It would have been nice to maybe have some open gun bays, for example, in the wings for a bit more detail, but then I guess I used up the plastic budget for the sprues by doing wing folding, and wing folding is far more important on a naval aircraft such as this. In any case, I'm really looking forward to making it, to making the Dutch version with the orange nose. Hope you're looking forward to that too. The build video will be dropping very soon on this channel, and shortly after that will be the combo video with the box opening, the build, and of course the bonus historical material. In any case, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.